Greetings, everyone. You know who. Well, it's Monday now, and my weekend is over, and I have to return to work to face my 4-day work week. Now, I may have described a little bit earlier about how I felt about that, and it's not too bad. I actually altered my sleep on Monday. I didn't actually get up at like 8 o'clock in the morning and stay awake all day and then try to fit in a couple hours. I actually slept most of the day, so I think I'm feeling pretty good going into tonight. I mean, I look that good, but at least I feel good, at least awake-wise. And yeah, so I didn't really do a lot today. I didn't really accomplish much. I mean, I kind of organized some things and actually went on an audition today. Audition. That might have sounded like addition, but it was an audition. I had bumped in, I may have mentioned before, I bumped into a guy who is a director of one of the companies here in Manchester on Saturday night. And he told me about the show, and he told me about who was directing it. And out of all the people that work in the state, that are directors in the state, if you were to pick just the top three, he's in that group. I mean, he is just one of the most insightful people when it comes to theater that you could imagine working with. And he's just, I mean, in his strength is comedy. You know what I mean? Like, he really understands comedy like nobody else. And just thinking about it, I mean, I was thinking, I don't really think that I want to do a show again, but I haven't worked with him one-on-one with anything directly on a show, where I've been the actor and he was the director. So I decided that I was going to go audition. And I printed up a sheet of paper right away with a monologue on it that I've done years ago, because I really haven't auditioned for a long time. And I printed up something to try to memorize it right away. And I kind of sort of did. And it was just funny the way, I mean, I've known George Piehl for a long, long time, worked together on all kinds of other projects. But he still put me through my paces, you know what I mean? Like, he made me do my monologue 3 times, and had me do something, vary it every time that I did it, and it was pretty insightful. And it's funny that what I had done and performed, he just nailed it right on the head. Like that, I threw little words in to kind of keep my thought process flowing. That I didn't probably direct the monologue to the right person, breaking the fourth wall. I think that probably puts people at a different perspective of when they're watching something. It's different when you're watching somebody talk to somebody else, or if you think they're talking to you. So it was funny, like that. I really didn't prepare for it. I kind of just printed something off and went to an audition, and it was good. It's a good thing to kind of do that every once in a while, because I think it'll sharpen your edges. I think that's what it did. I've done dramas, or dramedies for a long time now. And I mean, I really like to focus on that area. It's really fulfilling. But comedy is too. And I was thinking about the people that I work with, how I want them to come see a show, and I want them to be entertained. And this is a very funny show. So if I get it, you guys are going to have to make plans to come up to see it, because this is a funny one. It'd be a funny role for me, but haven't got it yet. So, there's no plans immediately. So yeah, that's really about it. I didn't do much today. So I had a dream when I first woke up, one of the times that I woke up, and I remembered it, and then I forgot it. Went back to sleep, forgot it, gone. And yeah, I know I should keep a notebook and pen by, but you know what? I was more interested in getting back to sleep, so that's what happened. There was something I've been saying that I wanted to talk about, and this is something that come up. A group of us were talking one time, and it reminds me of my own personal life, quite for certain reasons. But we were talking about who would you blame more if somebody cheated on their significant other or whatever. Would you blame the male or would you blame the female? Now, there's all kinds of different scenarios, because when there's two guys, like, do you blame the guy or do you blame the guy? Well, that doesn't work out so well. Or vice versa with the woman. But we were thinking straight relationships for this because everybody was, straight. That was part of the conversation. So, it's really easy to say that, the girl is to blame because she could always say no. She has control over the situation or whether anything's going to happen. But when you think, there's a lot of males that I know that I'm friends with that will say whatever it takes to somebody to not allow them to know all of the facts. So they could be lying to the woman. So obviously every situation's different. So there's not really a clear-cut case of, who you could be, mad at. Although, some people do pick, decide, well, I'm going to be mad at the woman. I'm going to be mad at the male. And sometimes it's, who you're closer friends with. But I always was under the, it's up to the woman to do the due diligence, whether or not the guy was telling her the truth or not. Because, if you get with somebody right away, how much due diligence that you have. Sorry about that word, Mark. I'll get to the dictionary soon. But it's one of those things where I've always tended to blame the woman more, and probably because of some personal experiences in my life. But that's the way I've always gone. And although I see the other side of it where people think that there's a lot of guys that are jerks that will just say whatever it takes. I understand both points, but still, from my perspective, I still think that the issue is the control, who has the control, and I still think the females do. I just do, because I don't know. Who really knows? It's just one of those things that came up. So I felt like recording it. Because what other better way to preserve something for all time, right? I don't know why I did it. So anyway, that's going to wrap this one because I got to go to work soon. I got to eat some food and I got to go to work and get to talk to some of my friends. And one of them, it was their last day. Didn't get to see them. But I'm sure there was all kinds of emotions. There's probably more cake there. Between leaving and birthdays, I'm sure there's cake. So that's another thing to look forward to. For everyone else that I haven't spoken to or seen, how you doing? I hope I do talk to you soon. And I'll let you know more about the play that might be coming up. Who knows? Anyway, everybody have a great night and enjoy your work week, because I know I will. And until next time, nothing.